good tagline.
Should really invest in one.
Yeah. So the Byleth coming out, not technically allowed, but I assume Soopah allowed the gentleman's agreement.
This will be an interesting match. I think Soopah is potentially the favourite to win this one, if I remember the seeding correctly.
Yes, no, he is. And, you know, I think this matchup is probably not good for Byleth.
No, Inkling's very much the sort of character that's going to be able to get past Byleth's wall fairly easily. He's just got the mobility to get around, and like that.
And those punishes, the mash not quite on point either. You got to watch out for the splat bomb as well. And I mean, I think everyone's been playing a fair bit of Byleth themselves. Oof! That could have been some real problems.
So we're going to take that first doctor.
Yeah, but I think what people are starting to realise, or at least how I feel, is that Byleth at this point is like a zoner that can't actually zone.
In some ways, they feel like, I would say, Dulcim. They're very much about taking long-range aerials to keep people out. The reality is, people are so mobile in Smash, they can just sort of get past that archetype fairly easily.
Yeah, and also they just have so much cooldown on every move. Like, you try using that Psybe, which is your best way of creating space, that's 38 frames of chilling. That's, you just gotta wait. And then, you know, the axe moves. Alright, he's
slower than a Gallon Punch.
It's just worse Warlock Punch, straight up. Is quite possibly the worst move in the game, you know.
Someone is still going to get hit by it today, you know that.
Oh yeah. No, the real one though, they get hit by. I said, if you get hit by a fully charged arrow, to the full charge, you should just quit. Straight up, you're just not made for this game.
I think it's slower than Warlock Punch to fully charged arrow. I would say it's about 80 odd frames.
124 frames.
124.
And it breaks shield, but like you just dodge, so you're fine.
Yeah, there's no mix up there. If you see them charging the second phase, you can just jump.
Yeah, they can't cancel after a certain window. And at the moment, going pretty much as seeding, Soopah looking pretty comfortable here.
Yeah, he's got a very, very commanding lead. Junko's not really had much of a chance to get anything going.
Yeah. Oh,
close.
Teasing. And yeah, it should be able to hit this edge guard. In fact, there we go. We get that. Soopah laughing, you gotta laugh at that. That move, right, goodbye. So also what needs to be remembered as well is that Byleth's actually mad light. You think that character would be a lot heavier than they are. Same weight as Luigi.
Really, that light?
Yeah, so they lose such a, like if they were heavier than their kit, you'd obviously respect a lot more, but because they don't have that weight to them, you know, you can just kill them. That's why up smash is going to pop them out like that, because obviously that's weight dependent as well.
Yeah, I'm actually quite surprised they're that light. As I said, I would expect them to be much heavier than that.
And then just like as well the up B, so getting caught by the up B is actually pretty rare, because otherwise it could be really ridiculous, but from what I've been seeing from testing it out, playing with it, it always prioritizes ledge.
Right, okay.
So if you get in the way or something like that, it's not just gonna zoom in on you. It's the way it's kind of sucks if you're trying to do a disrespect off stage. You'll go off stage and use it, and it's just going to be like, oh, you wanted ledge? Brilliant news, here you go. It's never actually going to give you the player unless you really force it.
So it's a pretty rare occurrence there then.
Yes, yeah.
Moving into game 2, we'll see what adjustments made. Switching to Wolf, that's pretty reasonable. But Soopah's also switched over to the Toon Link as well.
Yeah, I feel like the Toon Link, well, according to the rules, Soopah would have changed Toon Link first, and the Wolf would have come out in reaction. Whether that's how that happens, we'll see, but at the moment...
I suspect that will have been the case. Presumably, I don't know if Bomber wanted to change entirely, or whether he just was picking Wolf and counter pick to the Toon Link.
Yeah. I've not seen much of this Wolf, but Bomber making it work. I think obviously Bomber's played a lot of characters in the lifespan of this game.
He definitely has. Terry was his big one when that came out, but it doesn't seem like he's stuck with him too much from what I've seen.
That's an interesting recovery. Just get out of that situation. Oh, the bomb, I think he timed that reflect so it didn't bounce. So.
Yeah, it seemed that it reflected the explosion more than the hit.
This Wolf looking pretty nice, you know?
It's definitely doing a lot better for him than Byleth was.
Needs to be careful here, though. Whoa.
Oh,
that
is
not the one at all.
Things were looking good for the start for Junko, but had a bit of an unfortunate fall there.
Yeah, he's not. Looks like he's kind of unsure on how to actually get in here. Like he's dashing back and forth. but he's not actually putting any pressure on Soopah. Like, you watch how he's moving. He's covering spaces, but the spaces Soopah's just not having any intention to go into.
Exactly, and I've not seen that much favour or anything from Boma at all.
Yeah. And like the gun, it's just more percent. That's not what he needs.
It sort of seems like he's giving Soopah too much respect in this matchup.
Yeah. But there we go. Dash attack. Brilliant move, that.
Yeah, he's going to even up at least.
He needs to grab. There's barely been any grabs. Just come in, check Soopah's approach. That is not the correct DI there.
I think he was definitely trying to DI the bomb out, but obviously once it's connected, you're going to get hit regardless.
Yeah. And now the up BR shield. So I think Toon Link did get buffed this patch, but I actually have...
The dash attack is less laggy, the back air comes out faster, and down air is stronger on the weak hit.
Well, there we go. Pretty inconsequential, if you ask me.
The back air one's relatively nice, and the dash attack one makes it harder to punish, but yeah, aside from that, it's not anything super big.
Yeah.
Or super big, you could say.
It looks like there's going to be a real need for a momentum swing here if Bomber's going to make this work, but it's just not looking like it's going to happen. Trying to catch these landings, but the downer shaking his head.
Bomber's getting caught by a lot of stuff here.
That's good. He knew the grab. He'd been in that situation before. That grab was obviously coming. Good on him to this time have something ready for it.
Definitely not out of this yet. I could see him bringing this back versus Soopah.
Yeah, there we go. We're grabbing. Not the correct throw, like up throw or back or down throw would have been better. But that up air, finding it.
Nearly gets caught by the up smash, but managed to just avoid it.
I could imagine. That could have been it. No, he had the bomb in hand, so wasn't able to get the fair. That's gonna do it though. Covers a lot of space. Yeah. Soopah taking that 2-0.
It's a phenomenal option on the ledge. Just covers pretty much everything you really want it to.
Yeah. And now we're waiting for our next set. But I think that was an alright set. I mean, the Wolf was an interesting pick. I haven't seen it before.
I think the Wolf pick was correct, but he did seem a bit unsure in the matchup was the main thing.
Yeah, I think as well. Seeing a bit more sort of like aggression or like threat from the character